You have influence. You also have opinions. An opinion is a way of leaning, longing, or pining that gives you an emotional and an intellectual perspective. Your perspective is worth being understood, if not adopted. Your sphere of influence and stewardship of influence will determine the extent to which your thoughts, ideas, and leanings, both emotional and intellectual, are communicated and understood. If influence were cash capital, you'd have X number of dollars in the bank and a supermarket of important issues from which to choose. But how do you assay the relative value of each and choose where to invest your arguments? What's the difference between an opinion and an onion? Pie. Pie. I mean the letters P and I and the Greek letter pi, because pi are square and onions are round. Circle around that, and you're left with an onion upon which to suck, and most, if not just many, opinions do. My opinions are like most people's. They're born out of my biases, nurtured by my selective evidence gathering, and hopefully challenged by the facts, while being nudged by the Spirit. By the way, sometimes I have questions for which I do not have the answers. Not all of my questions are rhetorical. They're not all designed to lead you somewhere. I am not a trial lawyer. I would like to think that I ask honest questions and that I want to follow truth wherever it leads. Of this you can be sure. Well, most of the time, I will not ask questions to bait you or entrap you. If we are of equal value as humans, we don't need to play cheap tricks on each other to win. Certainly not to win an argument. Winning arguments never wins souls, never wins hearts, never wins minds or friends. When real truth seekers argue, it looks more like a mutual search for truth. I've also noticed something. Truly thought-provoking posts on social media that require inquiry are not as popular as others. They're often easily ignored. That's okay. In any culture, there are those who resist the less honorable trends and stand out from the crowd. They have the greatest impact and are often longer remembered than those who just blend in. It seems to come back to attitude. What do you want? What do you really want? All voices are needed to be heard in this world. How we are heard depends upon our willingness to hear and communicate. What do you really want? What you value will inform your attitude, which will drive your behavior, which will determine your results. Attitude, opinion, and influence. You have some choices to make.